Hello, darlings. It's your magical friend, Mike K. Gonna have just a little bit of fun with Little Frackers today. It's Land Destruction in Standard. It's a deck that I've had a good amount of success with. I've shown this deck before, so if you want the deck tech breakdown, go see the last video. I'll try and be good and leave a link. But yeah, let's go. Alright, round one. Let's go first. How's this hand? This hand's fine. Yeah. Hand's fine. Another land's going to be pretty ideal. Not the biggest fan of naming red on Sunken Citadel, but it does look necessary with the hand. Elegant Parlour, are we looking at the Boros Dragons? Boros Dragons, possibly Control. I'm presuming Control. Yep, there's the Jeskai land. So let's presume we're going to get counter spelled. We're going to get counter spelled. What do we want to do? I think we just go light. Attack with the Weaver. If they want to fire off a piece of removal, that's fine. And then let Earthbender's Ascension get countered. Yep, there's no more lies. That's fine. Another tapped land. Opponent's potential to have a second no more lies. Kind of feels a little bit unlikely. Let's tap. Let's see if we can get this Free Strider Lookout to commit a crime with Demo Field about. I mean, maybe it gets. Alright. If it doesn't get counted, we get to Demo Field. Probably just attacking blue sources if we can. Let's presume opponents light on basics and try and do this after they've drawn. You draw, and then we'll take out. Let's take out the archive. Get our Free Strider trigger. What you got? You got Get Lost in response. That's reasonable. Let's get another Demo Field in. Okay, there's a basic. Let's grab a mountain. I don't think there was much of a decision difference there. Tap this for red. Get the Hellkite there. Okay. I think I do want to use this Price of Freedom on the basic. I think Layla and Weaver just getting in there is going to be good. Okay, so opponents presumably out of basics now. So let's get wildly aggressive. Put the land down. Airbender. Airbender's Ascension. I want to earth bend the demo field. I want to take out. I think taking out white sources is going to be. Yeah, white sources make far more sense. Because if I'm leading on land control, I kind of get wrecked by Day of Judgment eventually. So let's try and manage the white sources. Okay, opponent's just going to be hunting a few more lands. That's pretty alright by me. Yep, we'll get a basic as well. At this point, our type pools, land types don't really matter. Let's use a map on this Leyline Weaver. Try and get a counter on it. Yeah, we'll keep the lock coming. All right, so we've got the game in 4 turns. Possibly a little bit less. Opponent's effectively deciding if they want to keep it within their deck or not. Okay. I feel very confident right now. This Ghost Vacuum can start taking up the creatures that I've had put into my graveyard, which is just that so far. That's okay. Price of Freedom, taking out the Parlour. Demo Field, taking out the Steam Vents. And then the map on the Weaver, try and grow it again. We'll leave Vibrance there. Have a tap Steam Vents. So Weaver has lethal next turn. I've got lethal with Weaver next turn. You need white source removal spell. White source removal spell, that's... Yep. Can Ghost Vacuum take anything interesting out of your graveyard? No, but let's take the Consult the Star Charts. So, yeah, both halves of Vibrance. 3U, and go get Barsing Say. Yes. Play out the Barsing Say. Trigger the Ascension there. Make a 2/2 with Barsing Say. Get in. Okay. So this, we're playing against control. Let's just take out actual interaction. Bring in more bodies. They don't have to be good bodies, but I'd rather have bodies than not. Let's bring in a little bit of reach and a little bit of card draw. Yeah. I don't want that many minions. I don't want to bring in any more removal. Second Pier Past the Veil might be okay, but I don't think it's going to matter. Alright, let's go with this. Alright, game 2. That Price of Freedom's got a lot of work to do. But I don't think this is a definite mull. And Punner's mulling himself to death, so this should. Crossfinger this checks out. Bonus points if they kept a hand with the planes. Mold to 3, okay. Let's presume they can counterspell it. Let's force them to use it. Okay. That was a less exciting game than the first one. Alright, round 2. Playing first again, yes please. This hand is perfectly fine. It's got like turn 2 demo field if I really want to. So Sunken Citadel can just name green. I know this is only round 2, but so when it comes to me recording constructed videos, I think my rule of thumb is going to be minimum of 3 rounds, unless it's less than like 45 minutes of recording. Yeah, I kind of want to try and keep towards tight, like basically 1 hour videos if I can. So I can't Tanuk and Fabled Passage. I mean, I could Fabled Passage and Earthbend onto it. So I get to do quite the big nasty Tanuk next turn. Fabled Passage can get in now. Okay. Don't feel in an awful place. I would most like to get Tanuk down. So let's do that first. Let's get Demo Field down. Let's use Demo Field on the verge, because if they can pay life to play their hand, that would make me quite happy. I kind of want to try and get this Ascension on. I can get this Ascension online this turn, but it'd be irrelevant as far as being able to attack, and that goes. Let's take out a Moon Shadow. I could be tempted to chump FOMO with Fable. Yeah, I've not got a good attack with Fable. I'd much rather use Fable Passage on their turn for the double ping and card draw. If I could see a Seer soon, that'd be nice as well. How's the graveyard looking? Alright. Not the best looking graveyard. Another tapped pain land from our opponent. That's quite nice. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like there's a decent response now. Yeah, I'm committing to getting slammed here, but at least I get to fix colours and draw cards and all that sort of nice stuff. Okay, I need to find some interaction, basically. That is some interaction. Free Strider Lookout can come down, and then Price of Freedom can take out the mountain. Stomping Ground tapped. Presumably the opponent does have more things like that. So yes, I do think I need to get this Ghost Vacuum down. I feel like I should be able to deny their Delirium. Let's check the graveyard. Okay, they've got range. They get to only attack with Moon Shadow. Put me to 2. Yes. Let's nab one of the creatures out of the graveyard. Get a Crime Trigger. Stomping Ground tapped. Get another trigger from Earthbender. Anything to clear FOMO out of the way would be ideal. Get the Ascension down. Do kind of need a lot out of this card draw. Can I play that land? I can play that land. I can play that land. I can play out this Free Strider. I can slam for 11, and if you don't block, I can just win. I should be able to just win from here. I think my life total's too low to pass turn here, so let's go this way round. It's possible the Price of Freedom should have taken up the monument. Then I could just make blockers. If opponent doesn't block, I'll win. Okay. Opponent's going to overthink it. And they've thought too long. Let's take out the other creature. Get a trigger from that Strider. Earthbender triggers. And opponent's now taken 13. And that's a dub. Alright. I need more interaction. I want Pyroclasm, I want Witchstalker, I want a couple of Vengeful Possessions. There's 4 coming in. Devastating Onslaught is not for this matchup. Krenko's Buzz Crusher isn't going to mean too much in this matchup. Pyroclasm is possibly wrong. Yeah, it's not right. It's. I mean, there's a sweet spot. Like, if it turns up, it's going to be great. And Tanduke's not really here for this matchup. The mid-range control elements should do the job. Let's find out if opponent's actually present, or have I destroyed too many lands that they don't want to play it out. This is most definitely a hand worth keeping. Get to have a turn 4 of playing the Strider and holding up Burst Lightning. Shock Duress, so I don't get to Burst Lightning. Okay. Sunken Citadel can name green. Small thought I should probably lead with a red source so I could Vibrance. Vibrance has a bolt, but this is also fine. Just slowly curve out and cross some fingers. Yeah, take my Pyroclasm. Own Shield Shift. No blocks. I feel like I do have close to enough time. Although, let's lead on the Free Strider. Then we've at least got blocks for both things on board. Iron Chef. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in a bad place. It's just not necessarily a great place. Do I force your hellbent? No. I think we just manage. Take it and live with it. Flamewake Phoenix, what do you need? You need a big boy to get there, okay. Let's just drop the land. Let's full fat the Vibrance. And that'll be game. Yay! Alright. Let's go for round 3. Can't Rugner 2 anew. Can't keep a one lander. This is a bit more of a hand. I think I need to keep Vibrance around as a piece of removal. So let's pitch a land. I'm not sure what I'm looking into with Atagia on the lead. Is this just going to be some Kona Omniscience pile? That does suggest Kona Omniscience is coming. So let's deny the planet. Okay. Alright. There's no basics in their deck, so this is good. We will evoke Vibrance for green. We are going to go get a demo field. And we're going to drop Sunken Citadel, naming green. And I think casting the Magmatic Hellkite whilst they know about the demo field in hand. He's going to give us a scoop. Although that's a lot of mana to untap with. But we're just going to fire it off. Doesn't matter. Hellkite, take out typed land. Have they got to get lost? Or are they going to go for a consult star chart where... I mean, should have probably cast that in response to the targeting. You would have seen more cards. Get to have the mega funds this turn. Tap, tap, tap. Ascension. Let's just demo field now. Yeah. Okay. So I think my deck assumption was correct. So I don't want Torch the Towers. We'll take Witch Stalker Frenzy because that does interact with Kona. And then I don't think there's anything else that's relevant. Maybe we can take a World Tour Rage just as a piece of reach. Yeah, sure. Let's try that. Opponent's not playing any basics in their deck, presumably, so this should be a very easy matchup. Yeah, this hand's lovely. Turn 3 Buzz Crusher. This on 3. We got the Seer ready for the presumed Kona. Possibly could have led on the Price of Freedom, but I don't think we're falling too far behind. Okay. Let's get the Price of Freedom going. Taking out the planet, of course. It's a lot more important to the game plan than them having coloured mana. Alright, and happy with a land that I don't mind having into tap. So presuming that I'm going to be running into counter magic, let's just jam the Buzz Crusher out there. I don't want to wreck any of mine. It's an occasional nice option when you've got Ascension and or Tanuk going. And there we are. That's a round 3 win. Time to check on that clock. Alrighty, so my recording clock says 35 minutes. So yeah, at least getting one more round. We're going until I've at least got 45 minutes recorded. I'd like most of my standard recordings to be an hour's worth. So, yeah. Okay. I think we're just going to turn to this Price of Freedom. Do have need to get into a late game. Is this? I'm not sure if Dream Beavers suggests a deck. Much of a deck. Did you bottom or did you top? I should have paid attention to that. Leyline Weaver. Yeah, we'll throw it out there. That might be okay. I've almost got enough 4-drops in this deck that it makes sense to lead on the Weaver as opposed to doing the Price of Freedom like I thought I was going to do. What you got, buddy? Okay, Esper? Esper something? Let's use our Price of Freedom. Because if they're 3-coloured, the number of basics got to be pretty tight. So we better start working towards our endgame. Did not find a land, but we will have a ghost vacuum come down. We've got light decisions. Probably eating my own graveyards just so we've got some creatures to get eventually with the ghost vacuum. Is this just like Esper Pixies? I'm going to presume it's something like Esper Pixies. Yeah, okay. There's a demo field. Is there a way that I get to Seer and Vibrance? No. We will... I think it's right to demo field. Figure out how many basics they do have. They've got at least 3, which feels like quite a lot. I was meant to get a mountain so I can cast Seer. Oops. Muffed that one up right and true. I mean, at least maybe it's good that they don't have access to white. Oh, they've got access to white. Okay. We're slipping a little bit. Okay. Yep. Need a land to go. Need a... Yeah. Yeah, grabbing the wrong land with demo field was rough. My brain just flicked off for a second. It might be... Might spell lethal. Okay. We can solve ourselves. Use it. Grab the mountain. Vibrance, doing both halves. I'm presuming I'm going to get counterspelled. No counterspell. What are we taking out first? Denying the Death Toucher seems a lot more relevant than anything else. My life total is a challenge so far, so we will grab the Adventurers in. Okay. Opponent's presenting 6 a turn. So... I mean, they do go quickly, but they're not... They ain't going to be rapid. Until their next turn. Okay. So, I probably need to take out Sig to have a chance. Let's just vacuum up Cecil. Yep. Down to 8. Deep Cabin Bat taking out Vibrance, presumably. Yep. Okay. Devastating Onslaught. That's an interesting pickup. So I've access to 6, so X can be 2. I'm not just dead on crackbacks. I should be able to wake up Restless Ridge and block something. I could use Demo Field as well. Let's ship it over, use Demo Field on the Verge. No, that doesn't leave me with enough for the Restless Ridge as well, so that's... I mean, upsetting, but it's fine. Okay, so... Is there anything in particular this Restless Ridge needs to block? Or does it just need to block something? I mean, it can only block one thing. Am I taking 5? No, you're going to Kaito. I'm going to take 6. I'll take 6. Ghost Vacuum can take the Drowner. I'm half presuming Kaito's gonna frost up Vibrance. Yep. Frost on the Vibrance. And Sig coming down. Sunken Citadel does not help me. What have I got over here? Flood Pit Cecil, Leyline Weaver. That's a good amount of blockers. Plus, so yeah, let's crack that. Let's frost up. Yeah, let's stun Sig. Sunken Citadel, naming green, of course. Let's got protection from everything. Could it have been like hexproof from everything? Just so you get to like at least block with it. It's weird that they have words like protection that they don't like using, but they'll use it quite freely every once in a while. Okay, Little Sweepers. The sweepers seem relevant. Devastating Onslaught doesn't feel right for this matchup. Tanuk's not really here for this matchup. I mean, I'll take out the Buzz Crusher and try Devastating Onslaught because... no, it makes no sense. Opponent's going wide enough, it's a little bit of this and that. I'd rather just have Krenko's Buzz Crusher and be able to manage the land base, although they did present quite a few basics. 3. I can imagine they're at 5, so yeah. I think just being able to sweep them is all I really need to do in this matchup. Maybe I do want... Witch Talker doesn't hit. Alright, see, it does hit Planeswalkers, so let's just have sweepers so I can get my cards back from the bats. Yeah, that makes most sense. Alright. No thank you. that's hard to say yes please to, but that is basically what this deck is meant for. Like Ghost Vacuum, Free Strider, Vibrance are all the things I want. So let's get rid of the Ascension. Stomp Around can come in tapped. Cecil, sure. Thorns by Verge. Let's use Vibrance to kill Cecil. I think the next turn is just ramping with this Ascension. Doing bat things. You can take my lookout. You know, you can take my Ascension. That's fine. I kind of want to get the vacuum down, so at least get a free trigger from the lookout in a minute. Small chance that the there's a small chance that they add to the board and I can slag storm the whole lot, although it smells like a Flood Pit's Drowner to me. Yeah, we'll put Demofield down. Free Strider Lookout can come out. If we can add to the board whilst... yeah. I'm always going to get the trigger off of this. I might as well just see if you're going to add anything else to your graveyard before I do it. There was a hover like there might be a Flood Pit's Drowner, but yeah. Ain't going to find that out just yet. Could you tap out for something? Dreambeaver. Okay. Yep. Let's hoover up Cecil. What are you countering? Free Strider. Okay. Yeah. Let's slag off all the creatures there. I don't think it really matters what I'm vacuuming at the moment. Yeah, we just... doesn't really matter what order is here. Like maybe in a couple of turns it'll matter whether I'm earthbending, but for the moment, nah. I just need to roll this all out. Flood Pits. I mean, Flood Pits is the suckiest thing in this matchup, I think. They get to shuffle my lands back into my deck, so they get to play the land destruction game of their own. That's frustrating. Okay. Restless Reef is going to trend towards quite painful. That's fine. Let's vacuum up. Did you hit anything good for me? We'll take a free stride to look out. That's all coming in. Yeah. Yep. Next Earthbender. Don't matter. Get the triggers. Be slightly mad I didn't actually hit a land this turn cycle. Okay, so I can crack the vacuum next turn. It will make a lot of bodies. I would like to eat that deep cavern bat, so I've got a crime trigger for the free strider. You're going to bat up. That's okay. Demifield is going to block the flood pits if it can. I mean, honestly, if I could find that pyroclasm or the slag storm, the next slag storm, would be very happy. Yes, taken 2. I mean, it did look like a phantom stop for a Kaito, but I'm not going to be convinced by Kaito. I mean, it could easily be another Tidebinder. If we're thinking Tidebinder, why don't I... Yeah, sure, you can counter that ability if you want. But I'm locking you out of the ground game. I'd much rather you Tidebinded. No, I need my blocker. I need them to actually be blockers. Keeping the demo field up to take out the Risen Reef is not really the thing at the moment. Okay. I don't think I'm just done, but I do feel extremely close to it. Let's have something big enough to trade with the Restless Reef. Okay. Alright, there is a piece of removal. So I have to take 4 in the air. I have to take 4 in the air. I can block the Restless Reef or the Flood Pits Drowner. Okay. Okay, this is not the worst. Alright, Enduring Kitty Cat's gonna get us. We might we might close to done for it, but they have 1 mana to play with. Currently I've only got 6 power on board. They've got 5 toughness available. The range is okay. Let's have myself a beaver. Okay, let's do that. Chat. 3 ascension triggers. So opponent's got 6 toughness. I can add, this is 3, 6, 9. I can get this to a 15, 15. Yeah. Let's grow that enough that we can actually attack this turn. Let's make the lifelink big enough that it will matter. Yeah, that makes a good sense. And the beaver can keep vibrance on top. Fabled Passage is going to come down. What's the line here? I think we just spread it around so we're doing better than just chump blocking the fairies. That'll make some sense. Now, can I attack? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bodies versus 8 bodies, possibly 9. So, yeah, I don't think I can afford to attack this turn. But between Vibrance and Fabled Passage, I think I can go ham next turn. Yeah, my whole board's going to be able to have Trample, I believe. Full 5? Yeah, full fat. There's nothing else that can follow up to make it better and or worse. What do I want to take out? Let's just deny you gaining life back. Free Strider does hit. Earthbender's Ascensions. Let's grow up the little things first. And the lifelinker. Let's grab Adventurers in so we can gain a little bit of life. Play the land for turn. Gain a little bit of life. Okay, things that haven't gained trample yet this turn. And we've got the Fabled Passage to do in combat. Attack with everything. Apparently triple Earthbender's Ascension is pretty hot. significantly confused by what opponent can actually do to get out of this. Blocking with Restless Reef is quite fun. Okay, let's use the demo field, take up the Restless Reef. Trigger the Ascensions all again. Let's make the thing that's double blocked over there get over. Let's give trample to the land. And the thing that's not blocked as well. So, is that more than enough? 1, 5, 7, 11, 8. Yeah, probably been enough. Okay, a lot happy with that now. Just run it back for game 3. Alright, this is probably the last game of this video. If you made it this far, you should probably like it, and you should probably share it with one of your magical friends. Just saying. Okay. A little bit of an underwhelming opening hand, but yeah, some decisions to be made. I think I'm relatively... No, it's probably a turn 2 bat from opponent, so let's keep up this Burst Lightning. No. Do I want to waste this Burst Lightning on Dream Beavers? No. Let's now have a tap land and just presume there's a bat coming down in my near future and be prepared to interact with that. Because just getting wand is not... Oh, that's when I should have done that. Yep. Okay. It's fine. Getting kitoed is frustrating. I mean, we're looking at triple Earthbender's Ascension. I think we're just going to go for it. I don't feel like I get another option at the moment. We can Price of Freedom Burst Lightning, but that's not applying much. This almost feels like it forces Kaito to tick down, which is also very nice. If they're not ticking it down, we get to play the next one and attack Kaito for attack to take out Kaito. The bat has to take Burst Lightning, otherwise what they take is irrelevant. Okay. Okay. Not adding to the board, so that presumes there is a Flood Pit's Drowner. Does that change what I want to do this turn? Not really. I should have probably No, because I do want to wake up that ridgeline. I do want to wake that up. Don't care what land I grab. Got to combat. Flood Pit's Drowner come down, presumably frosting up the ridge line. So we will use Burst Lightning to take out your Flood Pits, so that this forest can attack Kaito. I'm not convinced I'd claw my way back into this game, but if there was a will and a way, this is at least the way to do it. Okay. Beaver. I want to get this benders down first. Doesn't feel like it's great for me. Yeah, I think I've slid into a very assumed position this matchup. So I get to attack for lethal at Kaito, but then I'm dead from Restless Reef on the crackback. Yeah, I've just slipped up there. I have to take 2 in the air. If Kaito survives, I lose one of my blockers. I lose one of my blockers and you can make 2 full powered. Yeah. Yeah, we've lost it there. Probably lost it a little bit sooner. Not convinced I had another option on that last turn. Seeing any of the sideboard action would have been pretty damn nice. Alright, so that was Little Frackers again. There's like minor tweaks that probably need to happen within the sideboard, but for the moment it still plays really nicely. There's enough matches where it feels really hard to lose with, and there's several interesting matchups where there's high tensions to hit the right draws. So the only thing that I feel really missed out on is something that really draws cards, like Price of Freedom replacing itself. The ramp I've got, like, effectively, I think if this deck could be getting away with playing like Consult the Star Charts, it'd be extremely happy. But they'd be looking at probably like cutting the Price of Freedoms for Consult the Star Charts, which currently I'm not prepared to dip into a third colour for this deck. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching that. Like it, subscribe, do all that good stuff for the algorithm, and I'll see you soon enough. Thank you.